Friends, a very good evening. In this video, I will be discussing about the incident which occurred in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that whether the bombing of America was correct or not. As we know that during World War II, when the Japanese have attacked on Pearl Harbor, they have killed each and every person of that particular island. In revenge, America dropped an atomic bomb whose name was Fat Boy on Hiroshima. Then, on the next time, they dropped a bomb known as Little Boy on Nagasaki. Actually, in the second bombing, their target was something else, but at that time, the refueling processes were very slow. So, Nagasaki was their secondary target and it was very close also, so they dropped their bomb at that. Now, when any atomic or nuclear bomb is actually exploded over a particular region, it forms clouds through which it sends radiations. And if those radiations will enter inside your body, so first of all you will just suffer from abnormality, but after that the next generation or too many centuries or decades they will also have the same abnormality. Even today also in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, people born with different abnormalities. Now, many researchers, historians, and genius has actually done a case study about that, whether that some even say like it's a joke that America had done this for testing, right? This actually can't happen because no country can test their bomb by dropping on some country, right? This is not possible. So actually they did it to take a revenge, and that was, now, this is the question, that whether it was correct or not. Some people say that it was not correct because they have killed lakhs of peoples of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And some even say that it was correct because that was a war, and in war, sometimes we have to take such steps if the opposite country will interfere without any reason. That are the rules of a war. At that time, UN was not formed, but now UN is formed, so no country like can drop an atomic bomb because everybody is having a nuclear power. If one country can impose, so the next country can also impose. Similarly, since all the countries are having the nuclear power, so they can't do that. Even you must have heard about that Kim Jong of North Korea. He used to perform many bombing tests. UN has warned him about 100 times. He was not listening, and finally he threatened America that he will destroy his three cities. But he forget that America is the super powerful country in defense, technology, medicine market, and education, right? And especially in defense, because that country is very much developed, and the distance between North Korea and America is also very much far away. So Donald Trump told him that if you will destroy our three countries with our one bomb, we can destroy our whole country, right? So Kim Jong realized, and after that he stopped. So sometimes any powerful country has to take some strict measures to stop these illegal practices, which America did. Similarly, at that time when World War II took place, there was a war between Americans and Japanese. Actually, what happened is that Japan actually at first, that person is only responsible who first attacks, no matter after that how much harm he has suffered, but that person is responsible. But in this case opposite happened, as we all know that Japan first attacked on Pearl Harbor. They also killed everyone. Same did America, they dropped a bomb. The difference was in use of weapons. The Japanese army used guns, bullets, and small like shock bombs and submarines or missiles. America directly used two powerful bombs. America would have not used that also, but the distance, can you see? America, USA, I'm talking about, the United States of America is in North America. Mid lies Atlantic Ocean. And Japan, so like it is far away from India also. You can say that it acts as a very tip on the eastern side of the map, if you will see. Japan is very much towards the eastern corner. And now it is not possible for America that it will send a missile and it will directly land on that particular point, right? Now this thing has also been developed, but at that time it was not. So there was only one option for America to use bombing, which they used. And they can't use guns also, that is like totally impossible and illogical. If Japan would have been closer to America, right? For example, if a war occurred between Mexico and USA, then in that they will not use bomb. In that they will smallly use guns, right? But since the distance was very far and were not having so much technology that they can easily strike at that particular point, so they have to use bombing, which they used. And why they use atom bomb, there's actually brief reason. See, in war actually what happens, first of all, equal side, equal amount of destruction is there. Why I'm saying, because if one country will destroy all your people, so the next country will also kill all your people. So that is why they use the powerful bomb through which they can kill all people. US did that is why they used atom bomb, right? That is why they used atomic bomb. Because if they have used a very small weak bomb, then they would have not been able to destroy the two big cities of Japan, that is Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So equal side destruction is there. War is always bad because, as we know, destruction is there not only on one side, on equal side. See, what was the destruction? First of all, war always occurs between two powerful countries. Japan is also powerful today, right? We can't say that it is weak, though it never interferes. That doesn't mean that you can totally attack on it, right? Because it also believes in peace and harmony. But at that time, Japan had not gained democracy, it was ruled by kings. And the king was very much good at time. All the kings of Japan were very good, right? Like they consider the general public as their sons. That is why the people were having so much patriotism that they tied the bomb and went to the next country and they blast that much area and they themselves also get blast, right? So much patriotism and feeling they were having towards their king and nation. So, friends, actually, what happened is that equal side destruction occurred. Both the countries did war in order to suppress, and when if anybody tries to suppress and the power is equal, so it is totally decided that both side destruction is there. In Pearl Harbor, everyone killed. In Hiroshima and Nagasaki, also everybody got killed. So from the conclusion I get that if I talk about what America did was correct or not, actually which America did, it's my opinion, was correct because Japanese also killed all their people, which they did. But if I talk about the major who was wrong, wrong was both the countries because they did war and try to suppress. Why you want to suppress anyone? You should first of all not interfere in any affairs of any other country. You should be focused towards the development of your country, right? Because if you will interfere, so war though will definitely occur, like what China and India is doing. China is continuously interfering in the personal affairs of India, and it is, first of all, it is trying to conquer India. Its main motive is to conquer India. That is not possible because India's condition is not now as it was in the time of Mughals and Britishers. India is also now a very powerful country, right? Similarly, if any, but now like See now, see in that case, one thing. Now India and China are very close, so they are not using any missile, not any bomb. They are just fighting with guns and knives, or they are using their martial arts, right? They're not using any bomb and fire. But if the other country will do so, our country also has the right. Similar, for example, if they will strike us mortar, our country will also strike them mortar. So equal war should occur, which was there in between America and Japan. Like, I can't understand that sympathy is given to the people of Japan, but I should you should also think that we should also give sympathy to the millions of people which were killed, badly killed in Pearl Harbor. They all were sleeping and at 5 a.m. they attacked. So sympathy should be given to both of them because both were killed without any reason. They actually, though the general public was having no fault in that, right? Similarly, in that Balakot airstrike which occurred, the terrorists without any reason killed our people, so our country killed their people, right? That same thing occurred. So by this, I want to end my video. I want to only say that if war will, first of all, war should not occur. You should not try to suppress anyone. Don't interfere. Mind your own business. Focus on your particular development. If war occurred, so countries, the president or the prime minister, their life would not be affected. Remember, the life of the general public is only affected. And if I talk about the sympathy, so sympathy, like similar, if Hiroshima day is celebrated, so Pearl Harbor day should also be celebrated, right? Because America has not involved until that condition, when it only attacked when Japanese attacked on them. And the people of Pearl Harbor was actually, they have no fault. So like both sympathy, if I talk about sympathy, so both should be given. Fault, both the countries were there. If you say that the fault is of only America, you are wrong. The fault was also of Japan. So with this, I end my video. Thank you. Have a nice day.